Breaking news! Hurricane Agatha is now rapidly intensifying off the coast of Mexico. It is expected to make landfall tomorrow as either a Category 2 or perhaps a major hurricane. Hello, I am Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and let's go ahead and get right into this. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here. This is Hurricane Agatha. It now has winds of 85 miles per hour at the time of recording. It's probably even higher than that by the time this video goes out, so yeah, keep that in mind. At the time of recording right now, it's 85 miles per hour. It could be even stronger by the time this video actually goes out, so everyone needs to keep that in mind. So, with that being said, this hurricane right here looks really impressive on satellite. You can see that minus 70, minus 80s cloud tops right there. This thing is rapidly intensifying. It's going to keep going. And let's go ahead and look at this. This is the cone right here. It is now expected to make landfall at least by the National Hurricane Center as a high-end Category 2 hurricane with winds of 110 miles per hour. However, for my range, I'm putting it between 100 and 130 miles per hour. That is my new range for the time of landfall, considering how fast this thing is intensifying and the fact that it's showing no signs of slowing down at all. And as you can see, this is the cone right here. This is the cone. This is there's hurricane force winds. You can see it right here. I forgot to update that. My apologies. And it's expected to make landfall around 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So I'll be keeping an eye on it. And let's go ahead and go to the public advisory that was issued at 10 a.m. There might be a different one by the time of recording. I'll put a community tab. I'll put out a community tab updating you guys about that. And basically, this is the changes for the advisory. There's really no changes except for a few things. At 10 a.m., the center of Hurricane Agatha was located near latitude 14.1 degrees north, longitude 99 west. Agatha is moving towards the north-northwest at 2 miles per hour. So this thing is basically stalling right now. And it's starting to make that turn. And this thing's stalling over very warm waters. And it's just sucking in all that moisture, sucking in all that heat content, and just intensifying off of it. So yeah, this thing's pretty much stalled. A turn to the northeast is expected later today, with the motion towards the northeast continuing through Monday night. On the forecast track, the center of Agatha will approach the southern coast of Mexico later today and tonight and make landfall there on Monday. Agatha is rapidly strengthening. These aren't my words. These are the NHC's words. The maximum sustained winds have now increased to 85 miles per hour with higher gusts. It's probably higher than this. I want everyone to understand it's probably higher than this. Additional strengthening is expected during the next 12 to 24 hours, and Agatha is forecast to be near major hurricane strength when it reaches the coast of southern Mexico on Monday. It actually could become major hurricane strength by that point. It honestly could, considering everything else. Hurricane force winds extend only 15 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend 80 miles from the center. So this is a rather small hurricane. So it needs some time to basically grow a little bit in size, but this thing is a pretty small hurricane. The minimum central pressure is dropping like a rock. It was at 987 earlier this morning. Now it's at 981. So the pressure is dropping around 2 millibars an hour at this point. Hazards affecting land, wind, hurricane conditions expected. All right, we already covered about this in the last video. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tracks and the intensity. The tracks, some of these models now have this going into the Gulf of Mexico, so we'll have to keep a very close eye on this. At this point, it's a little too far out to see where it's going at the end of the day. But the models do agree that this thing is going to end up in the Gulf. Let's go ahead and look at the intensity too. We're looking at the first Category 4 model reading. We're looking at the RI-40. They're depicting winds of 130 to 135 miles per hour. That's why I upped my estimate from 80 to 105 to 100 to 130 because of that. And basically, there's the three other models, the RI 35, 30, and 25 respectively, have it at Category 3 strength. The majority of it keep it around Category 2, but major hurricane strength is not out of the question, and I outlined why it's not. And with that being said, let's go ahead and go back to the satellite imagery. I actually want to pull up the visible satellite just to show you guys what's going on now that it's daytime. So this is what's going on. This is what we're looking at, and you can see these storms bubbling up, and we got a good shot. These storms keep bubbling up there. We're seeing that rotation the eye isn't really showing yet, but I do believe that it's forming and it's going to be there. But you can tell there's a really fast rotation going on in this part of the storm. So I'll be keeping a close eye on it. Let's actually look at the visible shortwave right here. So yeah, this is a little further out. All right, there we go. And this is basically from last night and into this morning. So yeah, this is a very interesting situation. Let's actually take a look at Dvorak actually, because I want to see what they're saying about this, because I'm looking at this and yeah, it's basically the same stuff right there. It looks like an eye wall is developing still. Let me show you. An eye wall is developing right about here, where the center of circulation is. I'm seeing that with that -80 cloud tops ring. We'll have to continue to pay close attention to this. But with that being said, it's going to wrap up this video. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Please share this video as well. We need to get a lot of people, as many people informed as possible as we can, because this is a very rapidly strengthening hurricane in a developing situation. So please share this video to as many social media platforms, as many friends as you can, because we need to get people aware of this. But with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.